So, guys, this is Dave Orman, and I just want to have him on here to give you guys some tips on playing. Dave, you've been playing all your life. You're a professional musician. You're on tour right now with this band right here, Nasty Savage.
Nasty Savage, yeah.
Thank you guys for the shirt, by the way.
No worries, brother.
But yeah, dude, you've been doing this for a while, professionally for a while, so it's an honor to have you on the channel, first of all. But, dude, tell us how you got into music, how you got into guitar in the first place.
My father, he's played guitar and bass his whole life, and my grandfather as well. And so 6, 7 years old, I started dinking around on my dad's bass, and it turned into, at 9, I was full-fledged playing every hour of the day. Like, no kidding, as soon as I get out of school, I would play until I fell asleep. I loved it that much. And then a lot of the music my dad was into was like Rush and Deep Purple and all that stuff,
cool,
so
man.
I thought it was really cool. And like my dad, he's in the Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he's got a big background in music, and I just always wanted to be as good, well, you know, get better than the old man, so you have more in common, you know, that sort of thing. So I just always enjoyed it.
And by the way, guys, I'm finding this stuff out for the first time. Dave, I haven't known you that long, man. I watched you guys play at the Swarm Fest. You played with Nasty Savage. That was earlier this year in 2025 at Brass Mug. And dude, you were just killing it up there. You're an amazing guitar player, man. You wrote a lot of the riffs for this latest album Nasty Savage put out, Jeopardy Room.
Yeah, half the record.
There's some killer riffs in there, by the way, dude.
I appreciate that. Thanks, man.
So, but going back to the beginning, though, man, you started out playing bass. It's funny, like when you start out musically, like I remember talking about guitar, bass, going back and forth. I didn't really know which was which, you know, back then when you're just starting out. So you could have been a bass player.
Yeah, I could have been a bass player. I actually like the ability to play more notes and melodies.
Yeah.
So I told my dad, I'm like, I don't want to do this bass thing. It's boring, you know. It's not, though, because there's so many things you can do on a bass, and I still play bass today, but just not out playing shows or anything like that. But there's so much cool stuff you can do on bass. But with guitar, it's just I don't know what it is. When you play, it's just something in your chest you feel, man. It's like you get the goosebumps. You're like, oh yeah. So
that indeed happens, man, every time. So, dude, around what year was this, and how old were you when you first started out?
I was born in '82.
Okay.
So that would be '88 when I started playing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, you started young, man.
Yeah, playing old Neil Young and Jimi Hendrix and all that stuff. The old stuff that your dad listens to, the '70s rock and roll.
The pure rock and roll, right?
Yeah, the pure stuff, where it all originated. That's where it all began, right around '88.
Now, when was the first notable band you started with?
Just for me going to pawn shops and finding tapes that looked cool.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look at the artwork on this. Iron Maiden. That's where I found Iron Maiden, in a pawn shop for $1 for the tape. Obituary. Those, you know, Deicide. Like finding, like, man, this looks cool. If it wasn't for artwork, I don't think I would have found, you know, because I drew a lot. And I don't do it anymore. I don't draw as much as I did, but I really drew a lot and painted a lot when I was younger. So the art is what got me to buy that record or that tape, and some of them weren't good. Let me tell you, I bought a lot of stuff that I thought was cool, but there was a lot that I found, and that's how I found, you know, living in a little town in Tampa, Iowa, there was nothing there. The bands that you would see on the weekends were country bands, you know, which there's nothing wrong with that, you know, playing the steel. Oh, I love the steel.
Yeah. That's got to be difficult too, man. I've never played steel guitar before, but I'm sure.
I always wanted to learn, but my dad was like, "Oh, you don't want to get involved in that damn thing's like $3,000 to $5,000, and you have one level, intermediate, which is garbage, or you got to get the good stuff, you know. And then when you play shows, you have to carry all that stuff with you.
That's a lot, dude.
But yeah, a lot of bluegrass, a lot of just like regular rock and roll stuff you hear on the radio. That's what I was surrounded by. So for me to find that niche of death metal and heavy metal, it was all in a pawn shop in Iowa. That's where I found it all.
Wow, man, that's great. And the artwork, that was what drew. I started playing guitar in the end of '89, so around the same time. But I'm a little older, man. I was born in '75, but you and I started around the same time, man. Yeah. It was just the cool imagery that you saw. It's just like, oh, I want to be part of that. And then you hear it, and it's like, wow, this is like opens up a new world to you that you didn't know existed, man.
Definitely.
Now, when were you in your very first band? Like, when did you start playing with other musicians? And
I grew up in a music store.
Okay.
My dad was in there all the time, so after school I would go there, and I pretty much had the run of the mill of the music store. I could play whatever I wanted, whether it be drums, bass, or guitar, piano. The owner, Larry, his son, Zach, phenomenal drummer. He's out in Arizona now. Me and him, as 13-year-olds, started jamming together, and we were playing a lot of metal, progressive, jazzy stuff. That's when all the VHS tapes started coming out, with all the, play this riff and all this stuff. I was lucky enough to be able to live that life where I was in a music store every day and I could take them tapes and watch them, so I always had something to learn, and there was a lot of good musicians going in and out of there, and I always picked people's brains. There were some musicians I wish I had more time with until they passed away, right? Some guys that are just phenomenal guitar players that you'll see the jazz players that they have a bass, a melody, and a solo line going on all at the same time, and the way they play. So I got huge into classical guitar, and then I had a crush injury to my hand, which I showed you, so I have no feeling in my index finger or my pinky. So it took a lot away from playing. I had to relearn how to play and pick again. Yeah. Very frustrating. Oh,
that's got to be frustrating. But you're shredding away, dude. I mean, your playing is articulate, man. It's clean, and just shredding away, man. It's great.
Yeah, I did a lot of practicing with, metronome. Clean guitar, metronome, clean guitar, go slow, build up. Slow is fast. I always tell everybody slow is fast.
That's true.
Because if you can't play it slow, you try to play it fast, it's all over the place. So if there's some riff that you really like, it might take you a month to get there to where you want to go. But start with a metronome, put it on 100 BPM, then go to 105. If you hear a mess up, go back and do it all over again from the beginning. Go slow all the way up. I really like when I have distortion. I don't like a lot of effects. I like to be able to hear every note that I'm playing,
Yeah, you were saying that earlier when we were recording, man, and again, every note is heard, dude. You're crystal clear, such clean playing, man. So I admire that a lot, and that's such good advice too, playing with the metronome and being patient with yourself, right? Like, don't beat yourself up if you're messing up and just can't seem to get it. Sometimes you might want to walk away for a little bit.
And setting the guitar down is fine, because if you get frustrated with it, you're going to hate it, and then you're not going to.
It's not going to be fun anymore, right?
It's not going to be fun. If it's not fun, what's the point?
Yeah.
Everybody has their own, what do you want to do with your life? What do you want to do with your playing? Do you want to play on stage in front of a bunch of people? Do you want to shred? Do you want to just jam around with the family and have a good time? Yeah. Whatever it is, if you set your goals, whether it's daily or weekly, set the bar higher, you'll advance really quick. I told that to all my students as I was a teacher. Up until I was 18, and then went to the military after that. But so I taught guitar and bass for a while.
How did you get involved with Nasty Ronnie and get this gig?
So it was about I would say 12 years ago. I came to Florida, and I met the guys, Jim Coker and Pete Sykes, the other two members of Nasty Savage. But they were in a death metal band, and I love death metal. Oh my God, especially progressive death metal.
Both do, man. Yeah.
So they asked, they were looking for a guitar player at the time, and they asked me to play, and that was it. History. We wrote a record together. Those guys were in Brutality, just good musicians. I was in that band for a while until I had, life things happen, and you can't play in the band anymore. You got to focus more on what's more important, making money or staying in a local band where it's hard to make money, and some of the promoters don't like to pay. I left music for a while, and it was just so random that Pete called me. He's like, "Hey man, we need a guitar player. What are you doing? Are you still playing?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm still playing." But at the time I was driving a semi, over the road, just practicing with myself and writing music on my laptop after I'd get off work. So I was still, up with the game, so that's how I got in, Ronnie asked Pete, he's like, "Hey man, we need a guitar player. You know anybody?" And I was the first one they called, and since they played with me in the past, they just knew.
They already knew,
it'd be a good fit.
There's something to be said for keeping your chops up. I talked to so many people, and you guys watching, some of you have laid guitar down at one point in your life, and now you're picking it back up again, which is awesome. But there is a lot to be said for you staying with it. So you guys that are playing, everybody watching this is playing guitar now. Stick to it, man. Do not lay that thing down, because you just never know. I mean, this opportunity came out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, yep.
And here you are, you guys. Now, you just played with Nasty Savage in L.A., right?
Yeah.
You guys played with Forbidden and a few other bands, and it's an awesome band too, man. And now you guys are getting ready to go back on the road. You're going...
So in a couple days, we're going to Belgium. We're playing Alcatraz Festival.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Cool.
and then we got a break for a while. So I've got another project that I'm doing with Bobby Gustafson from Overkill.
Awesome, man.
So we're getting all that done, to get music to the masses, to get on the road, because that's the whole goal. Get out there and work. You don't make any money sitting around.
No, you don't. No. Look, man, I mean, I'm a musician, a full-time musician, but I also play live solo gigs, solo acoustic gigs.
And those are great.
Yeah,
those are awesome.
80s covers, man.
I've been thinking about doing that, just playing in Pensacola, like on the weekends when there's nothing going on for
Pensacola.
anything. Yeah.
That's my hometown, dude.
Is it?
I'm from there, man.
Oh, cool.
You're in Dauphin area,
Dauphin,
right? Yeah, it's not too far away, man. That's cool. Dave, dude, what do we have in our hands, man?
This is the beautiful V, the Vengeance, the Dean Vengeance. It's a shredding machine, and I either swap out between that and the Exile when I play live. And even on the Jeopardy Room album, I recorded the whole thing with this.
With that guitar?
With this guitar, yeah.
Wow, dude.
I had one section in a song called Southern Fried Homicide where I called Chris up. I'm like, man, I need an acoustic. He brought an acoustic to the studio, and so that was the only other guitar other than this. These guitars are just out of the box, amazing. And the beautiful thing about Dean is they have their own quality assurance before they send it to anybody.
Yep.
They go through the guitars. Most other companies, I won't name any names, but they don't look at anything. They send it to you. I ordered can't say the name of the guitar. I ordered a specific guitar, and it came in the mail in the box, and everything was busted,
dude.
And it's like you spend $1,500 for a guitar, and why is it coming like this? They don't even look at it, unless it's USA made, right? But you're spending $1,500 for something that's made in Korea or whatever, and they just send it right to the house. They drop ship it to you. So at Dean, it's awesome because all their stuff that they get from overseas, even the in-house stuff too, but all the stuff from overseas, those guys go through every single guitar. They set it up, and you get a good quality product at your front door when they do ship it.
I've played several Deans over the past few years, man. And thanks for bringing these over, by the way. And I've never played a Dean that didn't play just awesome. Yeah. So I'm going to be getting one at some point. I talked about that earlier. I want to pick one up at some point. You've seen Brad Mader on the channel here of Must Not Kill. He's worked with Dean for 18 years, over 18 years now. Yeah. And I actually did a factory tour. That's on the channel here too. I did a Dean factory tour a couple of years ago here in Tampa. And I was just amazed, man. I mean, everybody, of course, that worked, everybody's in a metal band that works there, and everybody's just super cool. And you could just tell, just walking through there, you could just tell they're so passionate about what they do.
They are, and you can ask any of them, hey, will you show me how you wind frets? I've never seen that done before. Will you show me how you do this? They'll show you, man. It's like, hey, come check this out. This is how we do the paint. This is how we do the sanding, all the finishing and stuff. They'll show you how it's really cool. Me playing guitar for as many years as I did, there was a lot of things that I didn't know what went into the building side of it. So, learned a lot when I went there. Definitely.
I'm a fan. I'm not sponsored by Dean, but again, I've had Brad bring over several Dean guitars. Our friend Drew from the Drinking with Drew show, which will be on his show tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And he's got the Kerry King Dean, which is a really cool guitar too.
I saw that. I saw that in the background. I've been with Dean for almost 2 years now, and it's anytime I ever needed anything, phone call, boom.
That's awesome, man.
I get treated like James Hetfield does with his guitars. It's the rock star stuff. And
these play phenomenally well. I mean, I had a V. Actually, I think I did one of my recent lessons with the Cherry Red V, just like this one here. I've had Ben Ash, ex-Carcass. He's now with the band Strigoi. He's sponsored by Dean as well, and he's got like a 7-string V, which is awesome. So, yeah, I've been surrounded by Deans a lot lately, so I'm gonna be picking one up here sooner than later. Dave, dude, it was so great to have you on, though, man. Is there anything else you'd like to leave folks with?
Well, thanks for having me, first of all.
Of course, dude. Of course.
And then all I can say to anybody out there playing guitar, my favorite line is slow is fast. Take your time, enjoy what you're doing, because if you get frustrated, you're not gonna move forward or progress. So slow is fast. Take a metronome, play to a metronome, play to a click track, whatever you have. Speed up, speed up, speed up, speed up. And if you don't want to play the fast stuff, you don't have to. But just always take your time. If there's any articulation in a chord you're trying to play, take your time. Find the footing where your hands go. That's pretty much it. I mean, and then time behind the wheel, will make you better, make everybody better.
Wise words, dude. Guys, I'll leave links to Dave's, your social media and all that good stuff. Also to the latest Nasty Savage album that you were on. And stay tuned. We're gonna have Dave on again when we get this next project. I'm really excited about that, man. So that's gonna be cool, and we'll definitely feature that. Guys, thanks for watching. As always, keep it metal and keep playing music.